Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen, we're making some gooey, delicious chocolate chip cookie bars. So let's get started. First off, set your oven to 350 so it's nice and hot, and now in a large bowl, we're gonna add 2¼ cups or 270 grams of all-purpose flour. And perfect. A tablespoon of cornstarch will give us an even tenderer cookie bar. This recipe is for people who love chocolate chip cookies and like that gooey, soft characteristic they can have. By cutting them into pieces and baking them up like this, you can have more brown sugar, more flavor, and the texture is so great. To puff things up, I'm adding a teaspoon of baking soda. This will react with the brown sugar, which is lightly acidic. And for some contrast, you need salt. 1 teaspoon, please. And if you want at the end, we might just add some more flaked sea salt on top, but that's optional. My scale is done, so grab a whisk and let's mix it up. Mix, mix, mix. And by the way, if you like my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's 2 new delicious recipes every week. My dry ingredients are all mixed up, so set that aside and grab another big bowl for the wet. Never mind, my scale's not done. Time for 2/3 cup of sugar. That is 133 grams. It's granulated sugar. And 1 cup of brown sugar. If you're using a measuring spoon, pack it in. Otherwise, it's 220 grams. I always sprinkle brown sugar in so I can just handle any big lumps. Excellent. 3/4 cup of melted and slightly cooled butter. It's 170 grams. If you wanted to, you could, of course, brown the butter. That's just cooking it down so it has a nutty depth of flavor. Any recipe you use it in will have a little something extra. People probably won't be able to pin it down, but it's like a secret weapon. Now we're gonna whisk this together for about 30 seconds so it's nice and smooth. After a little bit of mixing, it's nice and uniform and it's like a thick slurry. It's time for 2 large eggs. Room temperature would be best. And 2. 1 tablespoon or 15 mils of vanilla will give you a lovely flavor. I'm gonna whisk this for about a minute. I like getting a little bit of exercise, but you could, of course, use an electric hand mixer instead. Once you add the eggs in, it is so much thinner that it's much easier to whisk. This is a great job for kids who want to do a little bit of helping. In fact, George, can you help me out? You want to help me whisk this up?
Sure.
Okay, I'll hold the bowl, you just give it a good whisk. Whisk, 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 whisk. Are you tired? Okay. All done? All right, thank you for helping. You can come back when it's time to taste. Even a little bit of helping is extra nice. All right, this looks lovely and smooth. Now we can combine the wet and the dry together. Use a spatula and we're just gonna stir this together until it's almost combined. Not fully, I wanna see some flour still because we have to add the star ingredient, the chocolate chips. By the way, this recipe is for chocolate chips. You could use any kind of chocolate you want. You could grab a nice chocolate bar and chop it up, or you could also add other mix-ins you like. I love toasted walnuts or pecans in this. So good. Pistachios are an option. You could use M&Ms. It's really a very versatile recipe, so grab things you love. Even some chopped pretzels. Thanks to Cometeer for sponsoring today's video. So I love coffee. It's what starts my morning and carries me through the afternoon. But I definitely need my iced coffee to be as delicious as possible, even if I don't have much time. That's why I started using Cometeer. They brew it with precision and flash freeze it at the perfect temperature to preserve flavor. Made from award-winning roasters like Onyx, Counterculture, and Intelligentsia. The coffee's smooth, balanced, and delicious every single time. No machines, no mess. You can make literally anything in seconds. It tastes ridiculously good. For a hot coffee, pop the puck out of the capsule and into a glass and pour 8 ounces of hot water over it. For iced coffee or a latte, melt the capsule first, then pour it over iced water or cold milk. I usually enjoy my coffee black, whether or not it's iced or hot, and that means the flavor really shines through. I started off with the variety pack, found my favorite flavors, stocked up my freezer, and now I can have them anytime I'd like. It's smooth, naturally sweet, and actually tastes good with nothing added to it. My favorite flavor at the moment is the Humbler. I love the notes of chocolate and caramel. Okay, now let's get back to work. If you need better coffee in your life, especially good iced coffee, it's time to try Cometeer. Get $30 off your first order at cometeer.com/preppykitchen or visit the link in my description. Mostly mixed, it's time to add our chocolate chips. We want 2 cups of chocolate chips. So add the first one in. For the second one, I want to reserve about 1/4 cup for the top, so I'm setting that aside. Now we're going to stir this together just to distribute those chocolate chips. And here you'll see any last bits of flour disappearing. That looks great. Grab an 8x8-inch pan and a sheet of parchment paper. You want to fully line your pan, so cut a square of parchment paper, place your pan on top and center it up. I get a lot of questions on how to line a pan, so I wanted to give you a little quick step-by-step. Now just snip towards the corner. Almost like you're cutting an H. Now you just fold the pieces in where you cut. It does not have to be perfect, but it doesn't hurt. Now we can just place this inside. Okay. Transfer your delicious batter right into your pan and try not to eat too much. You could use a spatula or your offset to smooth this out into an even layer. This will self-level in the oven a bit, but you want to give it a nice even start. Okay, this looks amazing, but wouldn't it be better with some glossy chocolate chips on top? Yes. Sprinkle the reserved 1/4 cup over the top. My chocolate chip cookie bars are ready to go into the oven. It's gonna bake for about 50 to 55 minutes or until the center has just a few crumbs coming out when you insert a skewer. The edges will be totally set though. At the 30-minute mark, I suggest covering loosely with foil so the top doesn't take on too much color. If you want to have a little bit of like a gooier, fudgier moment, just subtract a few minutes of bake time and it'll be so fudgy. In you go. My chocolate chip cookie bars baked for 55 minutes and they're now cool and ready to cut. As an optional step, you can finish this with a slight sprinkle of flaked sea salt. I love the taste and crunch, but it's up to you. Remove from the pan, transfer to a cutting board and cut into pieces. The size is totally up to you. And just like that, your chocolate chip cookie bars are ready to enjoy. I'd like a helper for this. Lachlan, would you like to try a chocolate chip cookie bar?
Yes.
Okay, take a bite and let me know what you think. How's it taste?
Super good.
I'll take it. I hope you had a chance to try this delicious and easy recipe, and if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button and check out my bars playlist. Thanks for helping. No. Wash your hands. I saw that.